Na ultimate leva o Jorgon, vai Sadak, vai pra cima, acelera, Manito!
Rápido também, é um 3 contra 2, vai Xande, pra cima, de novo, na tentativa do desarme, já foi metadinho, Ailton por ali, Xande, novamente ele!
Welcome back, everybody. We are going to a map 3, as we stated at the top of this. This is a certified hood banger. Oh, there we go. There we go. It is happening.
Yes. Lights show and everything.
FURIA took Icebox, and honestly, it was kind of touch and go there. I was on. Well, we were all on the edge of our seats. We weren't sure who was actually going to take that one. Like Loud was definitely catching up.
They were definitely catching up, but it really did, at least for me, I felt like FURIA were in the driver's seat that whole game. And, you know, the casters were touching on it, and it's just the fact that they were winning so many of the gun rounds. That was the impactful aspect of it. Havoc obviously was having a great performance. Nas were at a great performance. MW early on in that game especially was taking over some of those rounds. This is just their map. Icebox is the home map for FURIA.
Yeah, just in general, I mean, Havoc going insane. It felt like we saw so many multi-frags just going his way. He got so many 3Ks. He was able to anchor. He was even really, really good on the retakes. I mean, you see him just running in with MW. You feel like at that point, it should be the Jet going in first, but Havoc really was just on fire.
I mean, you can look at all of these swings. Even just in this highlight, you can see he's always doubled up with someone. Like, they're always swinging together. They're so fundamentally sound on Icebox. It's a joy to see from this team that was so massively disconnected with each other during stage 1.
Absolutely. It shows that, I guess, all that potassium is really helping them, for sure.
Oh, for real. It's got them locked in for the next map.
100%. Speaking of the next map, I want to talk about Bind. How do we think Bind's going to go, Wyatt?
This is a tough one to call because we haven't seen this Pancata Loud on the map yet. Last time they played it, they were doing like a breach KO look. And for the opposition FURIA, they just got crushed by a white-hot EG the other day. So is that representative of their normal level on that map? Was that just EG being insane on that day? Not really confident saying either way. Like, we need more information to know for sure.
I mean, for me, kind of watching that last map on Icebox, we saw a lot of the rounds going the way of FURIA just because of the gun rounds that they were taking, including the retakes, including everything. Like, they had some insane stat. I know it's mentioned a little bit, but they've won 8 gun rounds, whereas Loud only won 3. So I feel like bringing that momentum into the next game is going to be super important because Bind, I mean, it's so explosive. But I do think Bind, compared to Icebox, is a little bit more of kind of like an IGL's playground. You know, you have the TPs, a lot more mid-rounding to be done. And it's not just going to be as simple as like post-plant and retake simulator.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this should be a very interesting map. I mean, in particular, I'm looking forward to seeing what Loud brings. As far as the comp, this is a map where in the past they've tried silly stuff. I remember even at the end of last year, maybe I think they were playing the Chamber during the playoffs. I want to say they debuted that. Like Sodhawk was playing Chamber.
They did the Breach.
They've tried weird
point.
stuff. Yeah, they had Breach Phoenix on it earlier this year. And then they switched to Breach KO Raze. Like, at no point have they just played the normal
the basic
or like,
well,
making sure we stand out.
Well, bringing that to that point, though, Wyatt, do you think now is the time to even do anything wacky, silly, or crazy going into Bind? I mean, like, I feel like you got to be really focused in right now at this point, right?
So my question is, when we get to Bind, who's going to be playing the Duelist? Are they going to be playing Raze? Is that going to be 2Es? Is that going to be Sodhawk? Are they going to try the Neon on that map? I'm not a big fan of the Neon on Bind. So what are we going to do?
2Es? Have we seen it yet?
No, not as far as I know. I mean, he did play Raze like way back.
Way back.
You mentioned like TBK back in like 1920. He was playing Raze.
Oh my God.
2022.
1920. Yeah, I feel like seeing him on Raze would be really good. I mean, I actually wouldn't mind for Loud to come in with kind of a default comp and bringing in that Raze and maybe even keeping the Breach. Like, low-key, I really love the Breach meta, but I think going into it, I'm not 100% sure if they're going to go anything crazy. I feel like having Tui's be in his comfort zone on the Raze, on the Jet is probably their best bet, especially against this FURIA that we've just been talking about having such a good, fundamentally sound thing, and why it's just trying to peek over the
I mean, the way the TV is like 10 meters away, and I'm just squinting trying to see what the comp was before it gets revealed to us. But you know what? I'll wait in suspense. Literally, the viewers at home, they're aware and we're not, but I'm ready to react to when it comes up on the screen.
Yeah, I feel like now FURIA, they've gotten that confidence now. You know, after winning, you know, map 2, they're definitely going to be focused in, and hopefully, I mean, for their sake, they win the 3rd map.
Ooh,
right? We got our agent selects.
The neon. What is happening? That's like, they have the EG double smoke. I mean, we saw how impressive those one-ways were from Superman running the Omen on. Buying just the other day against FURIA. So FURIA, they should be a bit prepped for this. They should be a bit used to it. They just went up against EG running double smokes, but obviously the rest of it is like totally different.
For sure. I mean, I don't know exactly how I feel. I feel like Loud is doing good, I think. I'm not a big fan of the neon on the bind. I feel like when it's raised on the bind, it's just so strong. But of course, it is Sadak. We've seen him do crazy things as the IGL and duelist, so hopefully it goes their way.
Absolutely. Well, it is map 3. Can FURIA score another upset in stage 2? Well, let's find out and send things back to Doug and Baby Bay for the final call.
Dre, Wyatt asked a lot of very good questions. There was a lot of substance to them. Are they going to run the Raze? Are they going to run the Neon? Who's going to run both? We now see that they are running the Neon comp, and it is going to be Sadak. I would love to get your thoughts on that.
It's a very explosive comp, I'll tell you that right now. So I think this time around, you're going to see Sadak being set up a little bit more, and honestly, even less be set up quite a bit more. Because this time around, you got the stim for players to go a certain lane, Neon can take another one, and the double flash, triple flash, potentially, the setup from Loud, it could be disastrous. And we've seen how good Omen can be. I know that Des was talking about Superman, the way he was using the one-ways, etc.
Yeah,
we're going to see similar things in this game in terms of Omen one-ways and whatnot.
Oh gosh, they're going to fight already, aren't they?
Yeah.
Already posted up at the gate.
We do have a dually comp, so this is something you want to do. That's info gathered at B-Long.
They have to understand that that wall's being used against them. As the Viper wall goes up, they started to creep into Cubby.
Right here.
You've got Sadak and Les waiting on the other side.
Yeah, there's a ping close from Khalil as well. I think he has a good idea that they're playing for short A, especially because of all that real estate havoc gathered in showers.
Right here.
They know that this is a short setup. That's why there was this flip. Dude, FURIA's macro game has been so good this entire series. A lot of good things that I'm seeing so far.
They're going to have so much space. Common Team just invested a flash for it to be long. Nothing spotted. As soon as they get out of showers, they get the wall up and they get the spike down. A little bit of damage dealt.
Gotta go.
You can't fully tell if every panel has been cleared or if any of them have been, to be honest. It doesn't look like they have.
One should break shortly, and there's a lot of utility for this retake. Full Gecko utility, 2 Brim Smokes, an Omen Paranoia.
But there's nothing to stop the crunch in towards showers. The only thing that's keeping him back is keep a look at Les, keep a look at Common Team. You've got Khalil who's playing far off.
Dizzy has targets.
Tui's now posted up. No Molly to speak of or anything like that. Tui's looking for a little bit of help. And that nade is not going to feel good, but he's gotten it to half.
I guess we're doing this.
Do they have anything else to do this? Those one-ways are so difficult to deal with, and there's help over the top. The defuse comes through for Loud.
I was worried for Loud. Honestly, the macro game from FURIA was so good, and Les wasn't close enough with that Paranoia.
Yep.
But it worked out at the end of the day. He was controlled and patient and short. He gets this trade on Havoc. And then he's able to one-way showers for his teammates to just dial in on everything forward. Yeah, FURIA come out on top in terms of the kills, but the spike was diffused by Loud. Now, they're in the driver's seat. They can convert this next round. Almost a collat, almost a punish.
Wide swing, man. Really wide swing. Paranoia will keep him back. Provide a little bit of cover for Tui's to reload, then try to take the angle again.
Tui's needs to just play his life as best as he can right now. Wait for that heal to come. Havoc, he's been so confident in this series. He's taken so much space by himself. The value of that alone is tremendous for his squad. Yeah, he gets one tap, but
the value he's provided has been tremendous. You're absolutely right. He's able to find success the second time around. That's a really nice swing out from Janji and Noswer. They've got a crunch. They thought they were getting away. They thought it was safe. But Pancada just played his time perfectly.
Yeah, good heads-up play from Pancada. This is something you're going to see a lot from this guy.
Yes.
He's historically been a controller that likes to take a lot of aggressive fights on the defensive side. Usually it's on the Omen. This time around, he's on that Brimstone. But while all that commotion happened at B, while all this is happening, he's taking showers the entire time with Sadhak. He gets deposited for this exit option that FURIA have, and it's just a free cleanup for him in the round. Building slowly ever towards that Brimstone ultimate. 2Es sitting one away from the Thrash.
Again, a lot of presence towards A short.
Yeah, MW might get ran down here by the Satchel game. Oh, he's obliterated Fortnite style.
And Judge up close and personal. There's no way. He thought he had the line, but tucking behind the wall was all he needed.
Yeah, speaking of walls, Zan from the top of the wall as well. We playing Valorant right now?
He's so far up. Look at MW's position. He's going to hear Pancada from a mile away. Sada playing back sight. This is going to be really tough to get back into.
This has been a complete annihilation of a round from FURIA. It was over before it even started. And these kills at the end have just been ego kills, honestly. MW. 1v1 Sadhak to close out a 3K in the round. That entry was insane. The follow-up from Shanji on the top ropes. Walled himself up. Not only secures the plant for his team. Oh, look at that. Right on target.
Perfect rollout. And then to actively take the space, too. To push it further, to get all the way into pipes.
Pancada was not ready for that. Now Loud, they should be aware of any type of aggressive push moving forward. You'll probably see some more hesitation, and that could play in the hands of FURIA if they decide to play this fight.
See Tonzine posted up towards B. But it was a jump spot only. Hadn't used the flash, hadn't used the dog. And there's the first. You start to see smokes come through, and there's some of that one-way conversation we were having earlier. It's so difficult to get past.
And it's from across the map. That's from short A.
Yeah.
That's so unique. I think a lot of members of FURIA just got spotted jumping back to the bottom of long. I think this follow-up flash will give the info. Ooh, might play against Kawanzine. I say that, and he does a jump spot to follow up. So really good play right now. Kawanzine anchoring this B site, cycling his utility, getting full info for his squad to keep 3B. Sorry, keep 3A. I apologize.
The dog goes out. Havoc follows. Again, tucked behind the wall, pushing into the orb. But Havoc has gotten a lot of his space. Oh, Bless, so wise to it. Just clears it out. I mean, the plan was to insert him and leave him there. Meanwhile, MW pops the ult. Satchel's out. I think he saw Pancada, and if there was question before, that molly hitting him in the face will confirm it.
Spike planted.
Will be a thrash through the teleporter, yep.
He's so stuck. I mean, he's dead. Sadhak on the board. What's the rest of the plan, though? How else do they get into this retake? They still don't have any sight control. They still don't have elbow control. They've got a wall that's closing off any access that way. I think they realize that. They're going to have to take these fights from a distance. Les gets the best of MW. Khalil waiting. Daring for the challenge. The Thrash didn't see him. It didn't spot him. They don't know that he's there. Khalil can make a feast out of this position. That's one found. Les trying to do his best to hit it again, but he's perched up. The defuse comes through as Loud get 3.
That proactivity from 2Es, setting up Sadhak on that free kill outside of hookah. That timing was immaculate.
That was very nice.
It was perfect. And I like what FURIA wanted to do in that post plant. They walled up to take control of elbow. They walled themselves out. The problem was they didn't let the player in hookah spot that wall, so no one from the side of Loud was aware that there was a wall blocking off elbow. And that's why you saw 2 players in CT there just dialed in on elbow the whole time. So, unique idea, cool thing to do. It was a gamble, doesn't work out for them this time around.
I mean, anybody who's trying to fight for showers control at the beginning would have died there.
Yeah.
At the orb, the dog getting a little bit of info through Telly.
Another cool one-way, huh? Man, these Omen one-ways on this map, they've been looking so clean.
They seem so strong.
Yeah, that's why you see teams going away from the Viper. I get it now. That Omen flash can secure so much information.
They're going to try to crunch. They're going to try to crunch in showers again. FURIA bullied away.
Bit of a waste of a nade.
But a smoke also used to get Kawanzin out of that position. So now you've got Loud in this kind of awkward spot where they have 3 back towards A because of the crunch they attempted. They're trying to settle 2 back towards B, and that's exactly where the spike is. MW's by himself. He's going to get caught.
The proactivity of Loud still thriving for them right now, still reaping the benefits.
Last is playing backside. He's got a little bit of help. A really nice swing and a second snappy third kill.
30 seconds left.
That's a clean round out from Loud. And again, Trey, you were just mentioning the proactivity that they've leaned into has kept FURIA on the back for the entire half.
They have so much utility to use, and they're using it to their advantage right now. Even that dog through showers, taking the teleport, going for fights proactively, it's making FURIA scared. I mean, they're shaking in their boots, they're backing up all the way to their spawn. Now we're going to see a timeout from them. And this is a fired up Loud right now, and it's Less who was the deciding factor in that last round. Anchoring the B site. The Omen flash was absolutely perfect. Yet it connected onto all 3 players into Hookah. And it's the awareness of him as an anchor to know that there was a gap in long after he took that pop shot on the first guy of Sean G and Hookah. To know that, okay, long is the gap. Let me take my isolated 1v1 now. No one else is going to be jumping out of Hookah anytime soon. And then he's able to just connect and transfer onto the third.
I also think worth mentioning FURIA not clearing out back site feels like a pretty big mistake. When you think about a rollout onto B, that's regularly a part of the equation, and that just was not there. So if you give Less that much space, yeah, he's gonna hurt you with it.
Yeah, and it's so hard, especially when MW0 drops early like that in short A because of the proactivity that we disclosed. Like Loud are just so efficient right now and using all their stuff. For FURIA, you have to find the right mix of baiting out certain utility and also catching players off guard trying to reclear. But right now, it's just a little too passive for my liking.
Loud find themselves up 3. We've had a lot of conversation around Sadak on the Neon and does it work, and you know, should it be someone else? He's had 1 positive performance in his last 4 reps on Neon. And he's at the bottom of the stats again here, but somehow Loud find a way to win. And yes, this time it's been off of Less. This time it's been off of Pancada and Kawanzin. But honestly, for FURIA here, given how this round has started, you take those.
Absolutely. We've seen FURIA close out the last map in a Thrifty. If they can win one here, they can slowly crawl back into the game, give themselves a chance for the next half.
They're going to have to win this off of fights, though.
That's
that's huge! That was not supposed to go that way! I mean, they had the spike, they had everything that they wanted!
Maybe a little bit too proactive now for Loud. The amount of Thrifties in this series has been absurd. It's obscene.
Way too many. But honestly, that's what gets them back in the fight, and for FURIA, you're pushing Loud as best as you can. You take those. You take
anything you can get.
Exactly. Yep.
Especially with how those previous rounds have been going, you really haven't had much of a chance. Other than that fast round they did, MW pushing all the way into spawn. Speaking of pushing into spawn, this should be a punish onto Noswer, and it is. Sadak opening things up, getting set up by his team this time, and getting healed to full.
Which is what you want to see, right? Put your duelists in a position to get a couple of kills. That's exactly what they do. It's a flash over the top. Sadak takes the space, gets the kill, but FURIA wisely responding reactively to what's gone on. They feel all the pressure down belong. They turn their attention back towards A.
Yeah, very well said. It was a good walk into short at a good timing.
And honestly, this wall is so pretty. Cutting off anything out from showers. They understand they don't have that area of the map controlled. So they can push up into pipes. They don't have to deal with what's happening on that side. Orbital strikes traded. Microwave, just 2 members of Loud fall. Pancada creeping his way forward, but again, I think that at this point, it feels too little too late.
These aggressive post plants from FURIA still reigning supreme on Loud right now. The disruption, flipping sight right there. Getting on top truck, that Sage Wall, you stated it. Cuts off all the members of Loud. And there were so many TPs that were heard from FURIA, so the correct response was given. Yeah, we hear 3-4 TPs. We know that there's probably already an anchor and shower. We're gonna take your spawn.
Such a good wall.
And honestly, that Brim ult, the counter ult from Khalil, that was beautiful.
Trying to catch both out. It's exactly what he did.
The momentum, the swing back and forth. Ever so clear in this series.
And the thing is, they still have 3 ults to play around, including the res. So yeah, they're down around, but it feels like they've got a lot of control here. Again, a very similar setup for Sadak. Off of the flash, off of the stimmy. Sadak goes in. With ult out, Khalil decapitates him.
The stun was so perfect too. Had it settled a millisecond sooner. That's a sure kill.
Oh, Kalamazine is in such a good spot, but the swing was even better from Khalil. And so they res back up. They get numbers away of the attack. What can Tui's and Pancada do here?
Yeah, still 2 members here in B-Long. FURIA, they might run into a firing squad. Oh, Khalil, he's too sharp.
But it's a trap. Oh, they know. They check it anyway. Very nicely handled by Khalil.
He's doing it all right now.
You don't expect 2 there. You see 1 off the swing and you go, okay, we've dealt with it. Now we can turn our attention back towards the site. Beautifully handled. Spectacular performance.
This time, FURIA showing off their own fundamentals. And Bind is a map that you have to heavily rely on those. The way that it's structured, you have to be so clean on the post plants, on your setups, on your defaults. Don't want to drop early, and now it's less. Basically going for exits at this point. If he can do some damage, it could go a long way later in the half. But this will be a FURIA round win, and it will be a tie game.
They've got so much money to play around too, man. 57 for MW, 39 for Khalil. Havoc's in a great spot too.
Jeez. He still had 2 satchels.
After all that, that's silly.
Yep. Didn't need to use anything because Khalil just one-man army. Yeah, that kill on the Sodhawk was insane.
I hope we get another look at that again, because you're right, the stun was perfect. There was the initial setup, and again, it was the flash, it was the stimmy. Half a second, man. That's all that was the difference was.
Literally right on time. He couldn't have picked a better moment to peek out and unpeak.
Then you see the closer there. MW applying full pressure onto Les. And smirks from the FURIA side as we're tied at 4. Loud call a timeout. FURIA have won 3 of the last 3 rounds to keep things competitive, to get them close, to tie us up. Man, I keep expecting FURIA to crumble a little bit here, to fall under the pressure, to not be able to withstand Loud and how aggressively and proactively they played the series. The heroics from Les, the heroics from Pancada, but the resilience that these guys have shown is so impressive. Yes, off of MW being proactive, off of him going and taking fights, it's worked so well.
And now that Khalil is finally awakened, he's sitting at 10-4. I mean, this was a big reason why they took out Hunter Thieves, him himself.
Khalil and MW at the end of the series, I think they were the only 2 who were positive, but they were big positive. They were like
it was
double-digit positive. And so you're right. This seems very familiar, Dre.
He's the type of player you want to be online in a map 3 against Loud. This could be the first series that Loud drop to another Brazilian team. But Sodhawk with the judge, we've seen him be so clutch with this gun, and he's gonna do it.
Only 1, but the firing squad over his shoulder provides all of the insurance they need.
That was just spam through smoke, just off a contact of Sodhawk in there. And it just feels like the life was taken out of you if you're FURIA. 2 members had absolutely no chance in that round whatsoever.
And instantly thrown on the back foot. Kalanzine is taking a lot of space away. There's a good chance, a really good chance that Shanji gets caught. Khalil will too. I mean, they're about to double face him. That's really nice. The spacing on the double swing there, that's textbook.
Exactly. 1 wide, 1 going close, stopping on a dime, and It will be the close to the round with Shanji dropping down with that late flank.
So Lau take the lead back on the other side of the timeout. It was, again, this proactive play from Sadak, setting him up. And yes, it wasn't necessarily off the utility. There wasn't a flash, there wasn't a go or anything like that, but plays his position perfectly.
Must-win round right there for Loud, otherwise their economy would have been in shambles. So now they're able to build up a little bit of a deposit of their own in the bank.
MW with the attack side op and ult to play with.
And he will be probably trading this operator with somebody else when the actual execute on the site comes out. But for the time being, he can poke and prod in any angle he wants to.
He's going to be poking and prodding into Sadak with the judge.
Yeah, there will be a dog to fish him out, though, so this should be the cue to maybe leave this area of the map alone for the time being. Havoc getting that kill onto 2Es is a great opener, and there's still a minute left to play around with.
That just gives him so much more space. So yeah, you understand the judge is posted up in hookah, and you got to pick on the other side?
Yeah. The defenses have to be spread thin at this point. Seekers will identify that there's only one at A for the moment, and that's less.
Paranoia is going to buy a little bit of time, but FURIA, understanding there's not much resistance here, fully disrespected. MW over the top, lands the rocket into Les's face. Now they're going to be able to settle off this. They have full site control. Kawanzin, Sadak, and Penkata in the face of 5 with the judge. Money, oh my gosh, the judge again! 2 kills found to equalize. But MW, steady hands, give the numbers back the way of FURIA. They've got the Seekers too. They still have to deal with this pesky wall. Another shot narrowly missing. Sadak with 3. The 1v2. And the Molly, he's going to have to deal with no real way to clear it out. MW gets 3 as we're tied. Again, a back and forth fight.
Absurd. The aggressiveness of MW. He didn't have time to swap the operator out, but he knows he still has to go in with the showstopper, and he picks off Les, who is just stuck. And the difference here is that MW, he for a second wanted to go for more, but he this time backs up into U-Haul, gets healed up to full, and closes the round out. A lot of duelists make this mistake. They overcook. He already got 2 in the round, or 1 in the round at least.
He got his.
And then they get traded out. But this time he's able to close it with a 3K, build even further towards another ult, and maybe he can just get another one for the next round if he pops off like he is right now.
He's just been so good, man.
And another first blood from Havoc, who's just been a monster in short A.
Yeah, MW getting an opener, Havoc joining in on it.
At the same time. So really now, it's a 5v3. Group up. And just win the trading game if need be.
They still have an attack side off too.
Yeah, and you still have a dog, you still have a flash. A lot of utility still on the board right now for FURIA. They got these kills not having to invest utility.
If they flip here, 2Es is waiting on the other side. Take a look at the mini-map, and it seems like they want to end towards B. You see the utility soar out. Sadak not able to settle the shots. Khalil will fall, though. As Pankata gets the best of them, they are going to flip. Oh, they're going to flip. 2Es is here! Not able to find a single kill, though. And now A is wide open.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, Sadak can try to cause some problems, but what do you do in the face of the wall? Just barely spotting a scalp, but not able to connect. 2Es had a chance to put together such a beautiful play. But the discipline out from FURIA.
Yeah, they're not going to fall for that twice. I think that was a big mistake from 2Es in that moment. Maybe he wanted to go for an actual like wraparound, and that's why he was in this position. But if you recall, Pankata played that spot in the anti-eco. So of course FURIA are going to want to double swing that. That was one of the reasons why they lost that round.
And for them to be so methodical in the chaotic moment that was, is just very impressive. Loud with 2 weapons left. They're trying to save them. White Knuckle hang on to them as best as they can.
My ult's ready.
And so far they've managed to do so. They've kept 2. And there might not be any more challenge. MW's still a little far away from the play.
It picks up his op from earlier.
Last round before the switch.
He dropped that thing off entering into the B site. Picks it back up at the end of the round.
Yeah, this was such a nice setup, man. MW just creeping forward, Havoc getting the second kill, as you mentioned, and that's what that was. That play right there.
Spacing was great on that peak. Not getting colladed this time.
FURIA have won 5 of the last 6.
It's ridiculous.
And they've got a chance to take a 7-5 lead at half against Loud.
And just talk about showing some fight.
More than some.
This could have been a wash. You know, FURIA, they could have chalked up their entire season, but they're here. They're showing that they want to win.
Hope dies last. And FURIA are showing that. A heavy lean towards A. Everyone posted up outside of showers.
Loud there, where? This double push through B long. They have all that info gathered. Loud need to be careful getting too proactive in this moment.
Sui's, this could be really slippery. Les is joined in on it. He's gonna try to pop the thrash, but from this distance, oh, he tags 2! And Pecan is able to spam over the smoke, but MW punishing the Gecko. Havoc still has his pin. Sonic's on the swing. He tries to catch an opportunistic timing, but he's been found out. He's been had. FURIA are forced to slow, to settle, to wait. And Sonic getting a little bit too antsy, a little bit too active. This attack side op has been so beneficial and so effective for FURIA. And there's the pit. Dre, I don't know that Loud have any tools to get this thing back.
This is so tough. It's gonna have to be random spam, but you still have to break the Sage Wall on top of it all.
And hope you catch it through the pit. I mean, you're looking to get lucky here, and I don't think that's just gonna be the case. It's not in the cards for Loud. MW with 3. FURIA gets to 7 at half.
And I think this is the 3rd time FURIA are sitting at a 7-5 lead in this series, if I'm not mistaken. I think the first map was 7-5,
right.
Second map was 7-5, third map 7-5.
I believe you are right. 6 of the last 7 going the way of FURIA.
MW having such a star performance right now, and it doesn't even look like he's really overcooked or overheating in these moments.
Yeah.
He's letting the game come to him.
17-6 right now for MW. He's been so steady. And again, go back to the last time they won a series. It was against 100 Thieves. It was MW and it was Khalil. They're both at the top. We're throwing it down to the desk.
OMG. Things are really heating up between Loud and FURIA. If this was wrestling, Wyatt, we would call this a slobber knocker, but because this is Valorant, it is a certified hood banger. Yes. Now, the thing is, like, Loud could possibly keep or lose their record here, Athena.
I mean, yeah, this is so close. I mean, Loud is 25-0, and these are the closest matches that we've seen. 13-11, 13-10, and now this map, 7-4, 7-5. They're so close to just bringing it past the finish line to be that team that has the 25-0 record for Brazil.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, these Loud players have beat different iterations of teams with the opposition on FURIA so many times in the past. They've gone up against guys like MW0 so many times in the past. And right now, he is just taking over the game. Before Loud's creation as this dominant force in Brazil, the team that came before them that dominated the region was Gamelanders. That was led by MW0 back at the beginning of the game. He was the best player in Brazil for the longest time, and might now, years later, be the player to actually take down Loud, the best team that Brazil has had now for 2 years straight. I mean, this guy has still got it. And when we check out the standings, the impact of this game is massively important. Look at Loud 3 and 4. Look at the teams they're surrounded by. They have to pass that they're close with.
Yeah, they're stuck in the middle of the pack. They need this win in order to step up a little bit. We saw Lev highlighted because they have clinched that playoffs, and Loud just looking to get even closer to that playoff point.
Absolutely. Now we're going to toss things back for the final half. Doug and Baby Bay, take us home.
Thank you so much, Hakeem. We were talking about this, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, Dre lied to you. It wasn't me. Dre lied to you about the 7-5 half. It was actually 8-4 on the first one, but
close.
It was close, and it is worth mentioning. 3rd time now that FURIA take a lead into half, an opportunity to put Loud away. And this time it seems a lot more confident, it seems a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, it was the defensive side that was the deciding factor in that first map of Haven where FURIA couldn't close it out. Can they do it this time around on Bind? On a different composition, MW, he's been looking great on the Raze. Havoc with first contact here though. And he'll best Pankata in the head-to-head.
Yeah, 14 HP. The glow up from this kid is nuts.
Yeah, and no heal bought on this pistol round. So Loud, they can't even get him back up. He's sitting at 14 HP for the rest of the round. That's done.
If they flip, if they try to go through the telly, they're going to face this Sage wall that's in such an awkward angle, denying any entry into showers. Loud, if they continue to find these openings towards B, they might just be all right. Not convinced, though. Not comfortable.
A fast answer back from MW. And aggression from Havoc. He wants all of it.
Toxins going up.
Tags up another player on Loud, though. One shot range.
Toxin screen down.
I mean, Loud are stubborn in this round. Still trying to play outside of Octagon.
They're relying on less right now, but the off angle from MW, he's too clean right now, Doug.
They're so weak, man. There's no way in. 22 HP amongst the two remaining members. How do you do this? A funny look, a stiff wind, and they're both blown over.
It's the triple swing to seal the deal. Two players dropped from the side of FURIA, but it's Havoc. He started the round with a dink on a Pankata, and he closes it out with a Kalat. And when we thought of duos that would take over this game, yeah, we thought MW for sure, but we thought it was going to be Khalil. What's Havoc doing over there, man?
He's getting in on the fun.
He had a great last map as well.
10 and 8 so far. And again, you know, we talked about it earlier. You go to his first performance on this stage. It was dreadful.
Tragic.
And now he's here pushing Loud, not just being a spectator, actively causing problems.
Yeah, there were so many questions about him. Is he actually meant to be here in this moment? And he's making a damn good case for it. This Viper wall should go up. Doesn't go up in time for the actual delay, but no one dropping yet. Say that and they're just dropping like flies everywhere.
Because nobody could see anything. Just forced to sit back and watch now. Loud with a lot more control, should be able to get the spike down. FURIA just won their second pistol of the series. And they're now in a position where they may lose the Thrifty again. There are only so many times you can get away with things like that, man. Havoc's left alone, he will fall. That's another Thrifty the way of Loud.
Great job from Loud. A lot of teams on their eco rounds, they tend to just death ball into B site. When you have a Neon to set such a pace like this, create chaos on the actual site, why not? A lot of teams just tend to leave two players there to anchor alone, and they back up on these rounds. So you have a lot of that free early on space in Hookah and Octagon. On FURIA, they're definitely kicking themselves in the foot for that one. All of a sudden, momentum shifts, and Louder in the driver's wheel. In the driver's seat.
3 rifles, an Outlaw. Kronzine with the Spectre.
Hold on, if Sadhak decides to slide in on you all, he might get...
Yeah, he's gonna get ripped to shreds. He's gonna get destroyed. But that's very nicely done. Instead of forcing the matter in through short, they wrap around, clean things up.
That was nice.
There's still a shorty in the hands of Nosworth.
This guy's unreal right now.
That's pretty.
He can get that upgrade too if he pushes Sadhak off this angle.
A little bit of help on the way though.
Whew. Phantom diff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Nosworth now with the shorty will just die to the spike.
Yeah.
That was expensive. They lost a couple more weapons than they should have. The benefit for them, though, is they're going to be able to carry over the Phantom, the Bulldog, and then the Outlaw, too. So not all is lost.
Yeah, and the thing is when you eco a team like that, you basically set yourself up to buy for at least like 5 of the next rounds. It's something absurd, especially
really
if you can
strong.
convert this round like they just did. Like if you look at the money right now, Les is sitting at 3.2. He's about to have way more. 2E's was sitting at 3.5. Now look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 2E's is at 6.2. Les is at 6.4 here. That was a beautiful crunch, by the way, into U-Haul. And that's Sadhak enabling his team. Pancata with the perfect molly to set everybody back a little bit into that stun range for the wraparound. Everybody converges at the same moment.
Gotta go.
Job well done for Loud.
And so they bring the gap down to 1. Given they were down at halftime, given they lose the pistol, of course Loud always finds a way. There's a healthy buyout for FURIA. Same stage wall that we saw towards B. Same instance where Loud is not testing it, not interested in it. Havoc gets spotted. What a snap from MW, man. Pops the ult, gets over the top, drops Kalanzine.
Spike down B.
FURIA refused to go down without a fight. But 2E's with 4! What was that?
Absolutely ridiculous. How did he connect all those shots in succession? We gotta watch that one over, and we're going to for sure. That was all with a Sheriff to start the round. And yeah, he jumps in a molly at the end, but my God.
What a pop-off, man.
Absolute freaky moment, and now he goes for the outlaw buy. He knows that the economy is bad for FURIA. Oh, this is really cool. This setup play. It was a flash through showers that enabled the little walk-in from MW0. Yeah, that's cool.
So they've left him in the telly.
Sage wall to follow up as well. Is he gonna open this up? He tries to get the timing, he gets it. What a cool setup to a round.
And that was all off of hearing the wall tried to be cleared. This is the first time they see that wall outside of showers because they haven't tested that side of the map.
That was so unique, and they have a stack on B at the same time. Havoc, he's pushed all the way down Hookah. He's wrapping Octagon as we speak.
It's gonna happen again, isn't it? We're due for another Thrifty because clearly we haven't had enough.
Oh yeah, we are. Havoc, he's behind them all.
Khalil's able to get one. Keep a close eye on that. Khalil and Havoc drop him. FURIA take the lead back.
And I'll tell you what, Doug. There's been a lot of Thrifties in this series, but this one was well-deserved. The way that they set up MW0 in showers with all the different layers there. He gets the free kill off of left, spamming that Sage wall. And everybody else, full gamble stacking B. They were here for this. Havoc finds the perfect timing to wrap around Hookah. That was the best Thrifty we've seen this series. A well-deserved one.
And that gives FURIA the lead back.
Oh, and look at this. MW is getting set up. Oh, he's got to get out because of that Sky Flash.
Right, exactly. There's no way to know if it was towards Octagon or towards Cubby. And I mean, there's no real way to understand what's waiting on the other side either.
Go figure, there's another Thrash available for 2E's. Not too shocking after the round that he had, that 4K.
Almost gets all the way up to tagging Khalil, but he ropes it back in.
Yeah, he's gonna have that for the post plant.
Right, for a second round, although they've lost full control of it. Yeah, I don't know that he's gonna be able to get that back, actually.
Heads up play, yeah.
2 still with a little bit of utility. And they're blocking it. They won't allow it to be taken back. And so the Thrash is off the cards now. Nice Dizzy, nice swing, and nice hold from Khalil. The walls have been reinforced. What a hold.
Nasty work. I think that was a wingman that was picked up, so the Spike should be able to go down, but this is a 5v3. Oh, Spike does go down.
Yeah, Les, my 250 HP, somehow stays alive.
5v3s with a Bane of FURIA in the past.
Can Loud pull this thing off? 2E's is getting really active here. He's standing right next to him. They're standing side by side. Now they swung it out and 2E's gets 3 again! But Khalil saves the day! 3 on the round for him, the last one probably the most important.
5v3 going away, FURIA. Yeah, that was a very important round win. Tui's did his damn best to bring that one back. He almost transferred on the site.
What a fight, man.
Khalil and MW. The proactivity from MW to take control of all U-Haul with that dog. And then the up-down right here. The stability, the poise. Shanji connecting that kill. That was close. That was still close.
Dude, Tui's almost did that.
He almost got it.
And he would have done it. I mean, that would not have been the first heroic round for him. But again, FURIA refusing to go down without a fight. A timeout called from Loud as they hang on to a 2-round lead on the defensive side.
They're feeling an immense amount of pressure right now. Everyone can feel it. Everyone in here, everyone watching. There's so much riding on this win for Loud. They're 3-4 in standings overall. If they lose this game, if they lose this series, not only will it be the first time that they lose to a Brazilian team, but it'll be putting themselves in a spot where they're gonna have to win every single match after this.
Yeah, I mean, their playoff hopes are so dire at that point.
So much pressure being put on these guys right now. So much belief in Sadhak and his ideas going into this squad beginning of the year. Comes in with some crazy compositions. Now, he's the main duelist on these Neon maps.
And he's still struggling, man. We gotta call it what it is.
Yeah,
9 and 15.
What was that stun right there? Was that a misplay? Did he think that there was footsteps running up close? He just blew that.
Yeah, it's tough to say. And now he's not gonna have a stun. He does have ult. He has a wall. And you can tell they invested into this round a little bit to have enough fight. They've got 3 rifles, and then with Sadak's ult, you say 4.
And just to take a step back, I love the call from FURIA to keep 3B on this round. They understand that this was the site that they lost on their eco round, on their anti-eco round. So this time, they have 3 players geared and ready for this site pit. An early Viper's pit.
Is there a dog? There's no dog. There's nothing really to clear this out. Unless they just face check it.
Yeah, this is a tough commitment. That's why Loud have to back up. They're dissuaded now. And that's why you already see on the mini-map, Shanji's already at A. He was the 3rd player at B. Oh, he's second-guessing himself. Nope.
30 seconds
Triple
left.
pump fake as he stays A.
MW's gonna get so much value on this spot, or at least he should.
Patience now.
Oh,
Not able to settle the shots, not able to connect onto the first. He's got an A though, and he's just waiting for the tap of the spike. Sonic has popped his ult. 13 seconds left, and the spike's still not planted, still not committed. Sonic falls.
10 seconds.
So do the rest of Loud, but Tui's on the counter.
Planted.
Now finally going down. Pincata cannot stand. FURIA get to 11.
a way better approach this time around on the back A fight. Multiple members backing up MW there. Sadhak, he gets no value with the hot hands again. He peeks into 2-3 players who are all spraying him down. Best case scenario, he gets one, but he's gonna get traded instantly. Look at that. Everyone just hunkering down backside, holding that angle, and then MW. That pop-off moment at the end. Players lining up. I mean, when you do everything right, the Valorant gods will bless you sometimes. And I feel like FURIA in this series have done a lot of right things.
Gotta go.
And off in the hands of Shanji Havoc, already getting tagged. That jump spot almost cost him his life. But he stays alive, takes a step back. Now damage dealt. Instantly top back up.
Yeah, 2 heals on the side of FURIA. So annoying to play against. Doesn't matter how low you get these guys. They can heal each other up if need be.
This time the wall went down towards Octagon.
Great job of being proactive with that dog. Pushing Sadhak out of hookah. They're gonna re-walk in, even more info gathered.
Oh, he's trying to swing behind the Seekers. That's really nicely done. Yeah. But they got cleared out instantly.
Yeah, and that's okay because now he has all that space and he's going for more. It's a full lean towards A right now. Havoc, he has a flank.
MW has ult. And he's close. he stays alive, there's a shot at this. But he bides his time, doesn't pull the trigger yet. Now the wick has been lit! And Les is down, but not without getting 2 of his own. Numbers the way of Loud, and Havoc's on the hunt. Able to get 2, not able to connect on the 3rd. Shanji's got, oh man, in a position like this. Gets his 1. Does he dare swing on the 2nd? Doesn't connect. Sadak slowing it down.
Spike planted.
Getting the spike down. He's gonna try to bring the res back up. The swing in his face. The proactive play from the leader. 3 for him as Loud get 9.
Unbelievably clutch. The IGL. He's faced so much criticism, but in the 1v1, he reigns supreme. Shanji, he wasn't quick enough to get that res off. And Havoc, he almost connected on a Sadak as well.
The timings Havoc has been able to find on these flanks are ridiculous. Almost getting away with one there.
Shanji. That's rough.
He's got the res still. Given how the last round went out. Rifles, no op on the side of the defense here. FURIA again getting proactive here. Taking some of the space away, and Loud realizing where the weakness of the map is. Try to cover. Sadak spotted. Is there a challenge? Ooh. Oh, that's a cool setup. The slow and the nade, but Sadak's just too fast.
Gotta go.
Neon. Ooh, Havoc. Really wide swing. Pancada.
Oh, he thought about it.
Yeah.
He wanted that.
Good poise. That could bring tremendous value later in this round.
Could be the difference maker, depending on how he chooses to invest it. Given how weak some of these members are. Look at Khalil in the smoke.
Enemy remaining.
Loud again. Crumble. FURIA will get to map point. Will get to series point.
The duo, MW and Khalil. Khalil locking down showers against Les, and MW locking down all of the A site, all of A short. Match point for FURIA. 1-6 in the season. Playing against a team that has never been bested by another Brazilian team. Ever. Keeping their dream alive, ruining the dream of Loud. It's not over yet, though. Three players towards this B site for FURIA. The proactivity on the re-clears. Getting info for FURIA. Gonna slow down to the round right now.
2 rifles for the attack. A flash not getting any info. And so Loud opportunistically creep their way forward.
This is the right site to hit, but it's Havoc on the proactivity again. NZR, he jump spotted some players. Havoc is wrapping around again.
Les is on the TP though. They've already gotten back into elbow. They have full control of that area. And you're right, this time they're wise to it. Pancada knows he's not gonna be vested again, at least as far as position goes, but he falls. And that was the ult. He's not gonna have it anymore. Sadak crumbles too. 2 rifles still remain for Loud. And they've gotten the spike down. It's the pesky 5v3. It's caused problems, it's left ulcers. But FURIA just seems so much more steady this time around, and they've got the res. In case things get a little messy, the flash up from Kawanzin. Still a delay, no commitment on the defuse. Les falls, all of Loud crumble. It's the Dia de FURIA, undefeated no longer. They cut down Loud.
Unreal. What a completely different team than we saw against EG. This is the squad that took down 100 Thieves, and now it's making more sense. Even the first map, so many opportunities to close that one out. But it goes to map 3, and they show that they can go the distance against a team that has reigned supreme against Brazilian opposition for years, since the start of the game.
From not winning a single map in the history of the matches against Loud to being the first Brazilian squad to best them. What a turnaround. 25-1, yeah, that's still pretty damn impressive. But FURIA on top.
And it wasn't just off of heroics. It wasn't just a couple players running around, going crazy. It made sense. The fundamentals were there. They lost a lot of man-up numbers that they should have won, but that's good. That's a good way to lose, in my opinion. Yeah, it sucks in the moment, but you can learn from those mistakes, and if you do, all of a sudden these 13-11, 13-9 wins change into blowouts.
Sure. We got to talk about Nosworth, the addition he's been to this team. MW, obviously, the name speaks for itself. What a ridiculous performance. What did he drop 30 on that map? No, 29.
Almost.
I'll take 29.
Might as well have.
Sure.
Yeah.
Him and Khalil, again, the two that were so devastating against 100 Thieves. Back at the top of the leaderboard. And Havoc too, man.
Yeah, I was about to say that. In these last two maps, Havoc was an absolute freak of nature. He was great. On the lurks, on the attack side of Bind, he was getting so many kills short A.
I mean, how many rounds did he secure off of his flanks? 2, 3?
It was nuts.
He had so much value.
And he's looking so much better this time around. I mean, yeah, we talk about it. We talked about it a lot on this cast.
Yep.
That rough start he had to the year, that's all in the past now.
Oh, that's a distant memory that is far faded.
And a lot
of the performance he put up today.
And a lot to look forward to for this team in the future. I'm excited to see the rest of the stage, see how many more wins they can get under their belt, and maybe, just maybe, they can make a run like Crew did. Who knows? They're still in it.
They walk into the second stage without a win, somehow find themselves up 2 with playoff possibilities still well and alive. We're going to send it down to Elizabeth at the stage. She's standing by for the Verizon post-match interview.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Well, history has been made. Shanji, you are a history maker. You are the only Brazilian team to defeat Loud. How does that feel?
Fizeram história, né? Primeira vez que a Loud é derrotada por vocês, por qualquer time brasileiro. Como é que você tá se sentindo?
Ah, cara, falar pra você que deveria ser algo normal, né? Mas não é, a gente é freguês há bastante tempo aí. É algo único, acho que o time, o que a gente tá construindo pro próximo split é algo inexplicável, assim, acho que tá bem sólido, tá melhorando bastante map pool. E é um sentimento único, assim, né? Eu joguei mal demais de novo, mas não tem problema. Primeira vez que alguém ganha deles, espero que vire frequência, né? Vire rotina.
It should not be a surprise, but it is. We've been losing for them forever, and then we finally did it. Not because of, I mean, I didn't play very well, but I was still there doing it, and I'm really happy with it.
Talk to me about, you were saying you were always losing to them. What were the lessons you learned from that? How did you apply them today?
Você disse que vocês sempre perderam para eles, vocês são fregueses, né? Qual é a lição que vocês tiram de hoje?
Ah, acho que é uma coisa que a gente já tinha na cabeça antes, que é tipo assim, ninguém é imbatível, o jogo é jogado, snowball. E hoje só foi pra provar pra gente mesmo que a gente pode ser o melhor time do Brasil, e é isso que a gente vai em busca. Então foi mais pra tirar essa barreira, assim. Todos os jogadores já sabiam, mas na hora do vamos ver era sempre diferente, e hoje é pra botar que a gente pode sim ser o melhor time do Brasil.
No team is unbeatable, but so we were just trying to show that we can be this team, we can be the best Brazilian team. So we've been working for this, and you can, like he said before, they're preparing very good. They will have a very good map pool now, and keep watching us.
Do you think you are the best Brazilian team?
Você acha que é o melhor time do Brasil?
Olha, acho que é muito cedo pra falar, até porque o próximo jogo é contra outro time brasileiro. Acho que a gente precisa melhorar bastante coisa ainda, mas foi um primeiro passo importante. Acho que tudo que a Loud conquistou, tudo que a Loud é, os jogadores que são lá, acho que essa vitória não tira o melhor time do Brasil deles, o título deles. Pra mim, eles ainda são o melhor time do Brasil, mas hoje a gente mostrou que se vacilar, a gente vai ganhar e pode tomar esse posto a qualquer momento.
It's hard to say, it's too soon. We will play another Brazilian team next, but we can work. We can get there. I know it was just one loss, so they're still the best team, but we have everything it takes to be the best.
Your playoff hopes are still alive. I think a lot of people came into stage 2 just doubting FURIA, not believing that FURIA could do it. Open mic, what would you like to say to them?
Um monte de gente achava que vocês não poderiam fazer, né, nesse split. O microfone é seu, fala qualquer coisa aí.
Então, infelizmente, nem sei se ainda tem chance depois da derrota contra a EG. É algo bem triste, mas, como eu falei, acho que todo mundo tiver a mesma mentalidade e tudo isso. Eu continue torcendo, a gente tá se esforçando muito, praticamente sem folga, jogando para dar o nosso melhor. Mesmo com as chances mínimas, agora provavelmente nulas, a gente ainda continua trabalhando e dando o nosso melhor para representar o país. Então, é isso. Apoie a gente, independente do que aconteça, tamo aí.
Root for us. I'm not really sure if we still have a chance, especially after EG. But that's it. We're working. Please keep rooting for us, and let's see what happens.
Well, I'm rooting for you. I think everyone watching is rooting for you. That was so impressive, and you are, I think, the people's favorite champion team. So thank you so much again. Everyone, get up for Shandy one more time, because that was an insane performance, and you deserve all of the love. We're gonna be done here. We're gonna send it to the posto. So friends, please take it away.
Bom demais, né?
Thank you so much, Elizabeth, and shout out to Shandy, and congratulations to FURIA.
Amazing.
That was amazing. I kind of wish we had like a live studio audience here in the studio to clap, because
the banger.
It definitely was. What we just witnessed was a certified hood banger.
There we go.
Yes,
look at the
That
party.
is crazy, though. I mean, how many of us in the prediction thing predicted them to win? Like 3?
I think
Three.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is crazy. The streak is over.
The streak-
5-1.
Yeah.
The streak has
The
ended.
streak is indeed over. And Elizabeth asked the question to Shandy, do they think they're the best Brazilian team after this? They still have one more. They have another team that they're going up against, and that's MIBR. And I mean, I feel like they beat Loud.
True. I mean, I feel like definitely seeing how they perform against MIBR will be really, really impressive. But yeah, to answer your
Look at that.
question, Wyatt, Baby
Three.
and Elizabeth, I'm pretty sure Liz is like 100% on predictions right now.
Well,
She's smoking all of us.
predicted EG.
Oh,
So, you know what I mean?
So
sorry, I was just
It's
still
like
in
close
copium.
Close enough.
Still in copium from when we predicted
Close
EG.
enough.
yeah. But we gotta walk things back a little bit. Like how did they do this? Like I'm still in awe of everything that we witnessed. And again, congratulations to FURIA. But let's walk things back. And talk about that last third map, Athena. There were some amazing things that took place.
It was insane. I mean, FURIA just looked so cool, calm, and collected. And honestly, I'm gonna be real here. I think one of the biggest issues that Loud had was their comp. I mean, we talked a lot about this behind the scenes. It just felt like they were not able to pull out whatever they needed on that attack site to get into sites, to be able to hold their post plans properly. And it just felt like it wasn't flushed out to what I kind of expected it to be.
Yeah, 100% agree. And on the opposite side for FURIA, they did change the comp a bit coming into this game off their loss against Evil Geniuses. They brought that Sage in, but yeah, massive. There's 2 things I really want to give credit to for FURIA, maybe even 3, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 at this point.
Oh, okay.
But the main thing is, first of all, the resilience to come back after beefing hard on Haven, which they should have won. Fantastic. Icebox was a great home map for them. And for Havoc to have such a standout performance across this whole series is huge for him, because I remember all the way back to Kickoff in his first game, you could legitimately see in his aim his hand shaking, his mouse shaking. Like he was so nervous at the beginning, and they stuck with him despite that into stage 2, and he's really starting to flourish. And it's really a joy to watch a player like that come into his own.
I think it's really hard, too, when you're playing with a player like MW Zera, like, to kind of have standout games alongside one of the goated duelists, as you said earlier, especially in that region within Brazil. And I feel like right now they have found solid footing. Again, this kind of goes into not necessarily just this stage, but how they're going to play out the rest of the year, how they're going to play out with a new roster. Are they going to make any changes? Are they going to keep this one? And so far, it's looking like they should really keep this one. It looks really good to me.
100%. So I want to kind of walk things back, speaking about FURIA, and get y'all's perspective on this. So of course, we saw them win against 100 Thieves, which was I feel like collectively we thought that was a bit of an upset. Then EG kind of like, I guess you could say, humbled them a little bit. But what do you think it was, Athena, that they learned from that EG match, and that they kind of like changed their trajectory in what we just saw?
I feel like they definitely took that they need to play with the confidence that they had in that 100 Thieves game and to kind of bring it forward, because they made like small, tiny mistakes. It did not feel like they lost as a team because of XYZ or their comps weren't good or whatever. It was literally just the fact that they were so confident in their gameplay. They did not let 100 Thieves make them falter. They found their weaknesses and abused it. And I feel like as a team, they just played super, super well.
Yeah, I also feel, even on Haven, where they lost, I said it then, and still, you know, on Bind, on these attack sides, I'm really impressed with them picking their moments more intelligently of when to up the aggression. Because even in that 100 Thieves game, though they won, the biggest flaw they had was that they never hit the brakes, ever. It was just all go on attack. And a lot of times they'd be overextending, dropping players needlessly. And they really reeled that back in this series. That wasn't an issue for them. So if that continues to be fixed going forward, I think that's also, you know, gives credence to believe that they can rack up a couple more wins.
Absolutely, yeah. And they have MIBR coming up next, and then Leviathan, which, I mean, I'm curious to see how that last one pans out for FURIA.
I mean, yeah, I think even looking at the standings, like, it's going to be super, super interesting, super tight game between what's going on. I mean, the only team that has any confirmed information is Lev, knowing that they've clinched playoffs. They are here 7-1. Everyone else is still a huge question mark.
I mean, this middle of the pack is crazy. Sen, they're on the cusp of qualifying, and with the form they're in, you have to believe they're going to do it. I mean, I'm so convinced they'll be making it through. But then past that, Crew, G2, C9, all with 5 wins. EG are 4-4. They look great this stage. Any of those teams feel like they can make it, and then 100 Thieves are just outside of that, which is crazy. Like, do we think they're going to bounce back at some point, or are they just going to slip down the standings further and not make it? I mean, there's a lot up in the air. It's pretty wild right now.
There was actually, I remember Potter mentioned in one of the interviews that the kind of skill level right now within Americas is so close and so tight. And I feel like that's exactly what we're seeing. Like, these standings are insane. Like, every team is just so close together.
Absolutely. Well, I got to say, I'm honestly happy that we got a certified hood banger. I'm so excited that we got it. Well, we'll be back tomorrow for the final day of Super Week. We're closing out the week with 2 matches, 100 Thieves versus MIBR, and then it's Crew Visa. We're going to be taking on NRG.
That was kind of weird, Akeem. I thought you said Super Week.
I did, actually. Wyatt, good call. I could have sworn I said Super Week. Yes, we'll be back tomorrow with more of Super Week. And we'll see you then. Take care, guys. Let's get day 4 of Super Week started. It's Leviathan versus Evil Geniuses. Now you have the #1 team in Americas facing off against a red-hot Evil Geniuses. If Lev gets a win, well, they clinch playoffs.
Actually give them some position to plant, but oh my word, Tex.
Back in, now an ult committed. Gotcha, Mo! Up top, just dunking on his former teammate there, and he'll get another!
First fight goes his way. Dejaw through the wall, gets the ace. The Leviathan know exactly what is up.
It's a reposition for Mazzino, and it is perfection! A dominant start to this series.
Leviathan are just overwhelming Evil Geniuses.
And EG are doubled up. One spotted, stun is good, slide in for Ospas. Apop swings, shuts him down, and Apop has won this round.
Neon's about to walk into each other, but there's a fault line ready to go from Nature, popping on through his jaw. Apop there as well.
Tex will be the man of the hour. One player on the site. Calm has a trade angle, and Nature, that was an opportunity with shots from Calm, could lose this round, but Mazzino, Leviathan, welcome to playoffs.
This was an elite Leviathan performance.
It's about that time. Y'all ready for this? It's a battle of Brazil.
FURIA versus Loud, 25-0 for Loud, and they're going to be going up against Brazilian Brethren once more. Waiting game to see who's the first to move. FURIA fall in a massive way, but not. We're getting 2 back with ult online, tagging him right up, filling him behind the space, jumps out to more utility. Oh, they spotted it somehow. It's all on to Sadak as he gets 3. Look at this crunch setup. The paranoia in from a short, the dash in from mid with Dizzy over the top.
absolutely obliterating the opposition.
Pancada gets all 4. Just ridiculous. 13-11. It seemed like they were done. It seemed like they were down. Just comes up 2 rounds too short. MW has slipped the net.
Look at Pancada, though.
2, 3. He spotted them all. Looking for any target he can find. A little bit of damage has been dealt. The swing up from Tui's. Is this another mess? He's gotten it to half, and Tui's gets 4.
MW to reposition behind the stage wall, and he's gonna get one. A second.
The very first map that Fury have taken off of Loud ever. They've got a crunch. They thought they're gonna have to win this off of fights, though. That's huge. Fury refused to go down without a fight. But Tui's with 4. Now they've swung out and Tui's gets 3 again. But Khalil saves the day. Now finally going down. Pancada cannot stand. Look at Khalil in the smoke. All of Loud crumble. It's the Dia de Furia, undefeated no longer. They cut down Loud.